Welcome back to Market Access Map, a free market analysis tool of the International Trade Center. In Market Access Map, you can compare markets, suppliers or your international competitors, and products in a strategic way using market access and other trade-related indicators. Let's start with compare markets. Suppose, as a Turkish exporter of refrigerators, I want to scan the most attractive destination markets. Using Market Access Map, I can strategically compare all markets in the world for the product code 841810. The results can be viewed in a table, a chart, or a map. The table lists aggregated market access indicators for each of the 200 markets. Comparison columns include the MFN or most favored nation tariffs averaged to the 6-digit level, the effectively applied tariffs, which incorporate any preferences provided under one or several trade agreements. Preferential margin is the difference between the MFN and the effectively applied rate. Preferential margin shows the duty savings available for the importer thanks to preferences. The other columns include tariff year, the number of tariff lines under the subheading of 841810, the reported HS revision, and the trade value in 2017. The user can customize the table by adding or dropping columns via Show Hide Columns option. Let's add the number of preferential trade agreements or PTAs and the distance. The user can sort the columns to prioritize the indicator of interest. For example, the market with the best preferential margin is Egypt. The market with the biggest current exports of Turkish refrigerators is Germany. The closest markets are Bulgaria, Cyprus, Syria, and Greece. The table can be exported into Excel, where user can continue with the in-depth analysis. The user can proceed to generate a customized tariff chart. The user can finally visualize data in a map format. Here, the colors represent the level of the effectively applied tariff on Turkish refrigerators. The bubbles represent current exports of Turkey. Let's suppose we are only interested in markets with effectively applied tariffs below 10%, and in the neighborhood of Turkey. We can see that Turkey supplies most of the markets in its neighborhood. Switching to the indicators of existence of a trade agreement, we narrow down our choice to the European Union, Tunisia, Egypt, Gulf countries, and Eurasian Customs Union countries. Switching to MFN tariffs on the map, we recall from the table view that we benefit from the largest preferential margin of 60% in the market of Egypt. Let's select the market of Egypt and proceed to comparing our competitors who currently supply the market of Egypt. Turkey is not in the top 3 current suppliers to Egypt market. However, Turkey has a tariff advantage since it benefits from a preferential margin of 60% due to a preferential trade agreement, abbreviated as PTA, which we can see after enabling the number of PTAs column. If we switch to the map view, we will immediately see that most of our immediate competitors in the same tariff range are from the Euro-Mediterranean region and the Gulf. The Compare Products module allows us to strategically compare tariff rates and other indicators across HS product codes. Let's continue with our example of refrigerators exported from Turkey to Egypt. We drill down from the 2-digit product level, also known as chapters, further into the 4-digit level, known as headings, and finally to the list of 6-digit codes or subheadings for refrigerators and related products. In this table, we can strategically assess the tariff policy of Egypt with respect to importation of refrigerators, refrigerating equipment, and parts. Looking at MFN tariffs, we can observe the phenomenon of tariff escalation. Products at a more advanced stage of processing, or in other words with more value added, attract higher duty rates than the intermediate inputs. The MFN tariff on all types of refrigerators is at 60%, while the tariff on parts is much lower at 10%. In the absence of tariff preferences, one of the recommended strategies for the Turkish fridge maker would be to move the final assembly into Egypt and focus on importing the parts instead of final refrigerators. However, from the second column we can see that Turkey benefits from a preferential tariff of 0% across all HS6 codes, with the only exception of other parts. Looking at trade, we see that Turkey currently supplies Egypt across almost all 6-digit codes in this table. Egypt shows a particularly high import demand for compression-type refrigerators from Turkey. The imports in 2017 amounted to almost $23 million. We can make use of a chart to visualize the tariff situation we have discussed above. The chart can be exported into different formats and can be included, for example, into a report or slides. The Compare module of Market Access Map, compare markets, compare competitors, and compare products empowers you to make sense of market access and trade-related information and conduct powerful assessments for the optimal exporting decisions. Stay with us and watch other videos on the basics of finding market access information or on how to extract large amounts of data from Market Access Map.